Hi there everybody, Mars here, the teaching professional at Southwick Park Golf Club. This week I wanted to talk to you about probably Golf Pro's least favourite subject, and that's when people want more distance. So really, obviously you need accuracy before distance, but there's no point hiding from the fact that golf is so much easier if you hit the ball long, and your own golf is so much easier if you can hit the ball a little bit further. So it's always worth talking about, and it's always worth discussing, can you squeeze a little bit more distance out without sacrificing any of your accuracy or consistency. So I think I'm just going to talk to you about what can make it go further and shorter, and what can you try yourself to try and, you know, squeeze a little bit more distance out of your shot. Okay, so let's go with the first thing. Is your equipment okay? So we're going to gloss over it and say that yes, you've had a good fitting and your equipment is not holding you back. So there are certain things that could give you more distance in your golf, like if you have a very slow swing speed, a graphite shaft could give you that lightness to increase your club head speed. So that moves us on to club head speed, and ultimately that is distance. If you can deliver that club correctly into the back of the ball with speed, then it'll go a long way. And if you can increase that club head speed, then the ball goes faster, giving you more ball speed. So club head speed and ball speed, if you can get those increasing, that's your increase in distance. So what can stop you doing those things? Delivering the club correctly into the ball, and the club being hampered by its club head speed. So one is, let's start right at the beginning. Is your grip too tight? Seems very basic, but anyone that grips very tightly and squeezes hard, that will slow your club head speed down. It causes the tension and the sort of, you know, it's not so fluid and relaxed if you lose a bit of grip tension. So think about that. You know, is your grip pressure right? Last 3 fingers of your left hand, middle 2 of the right is what I go with. Don't push down with either thumb, and that will give you that freedom in your hands to increase club head speed. Okay, number 2, width of swing. So if you swing the club on a very shallow path, then it's very hard for you to generate real leverage. As my dad would say, swinging in a telephone box. So that first section of your swing, your backswing especially, has to be loaded with width. And that will mean in this first section of your swing, you start to build the width in here by not hinging your elbow or your wrist too soon. But basically, have a little look yourself. If you get to the top of your backswing and that club's virtually on your shoulder, or your hands are very close to your body, then you have a shallow, narrow swing, and it's that sort of trebuchet effect where you have no sort of slingshot here. So we're looking for width of swing. One, a good clearance from your club to your right shoulder is what you're looking for. You need a gap there if you have a very narrow swing. Right. The second one, probably starting to be a bit more important, to create real leverage, is shoulder turn. So even if you've got a short backswing and a big shoulder turn, you will start to get good distance. I would go backwards to Sandy Lyle, who had a relatively short swing and this big shoulder turn, which gives you huge leverage back into the ball. So that's going to be very important. So I always think about this. Can you turn your left shoulder underneath your chin? That gives you real distance. The really big hitters in golf, people say they show their backs to the target. You create this huge unwind back into the ball. So that's worth looking at. Good shoulder turn and width on your backswing. And then the very tricky part to get right is imparting the speed into your golf club without getting out of control. So this is, for me, the crucial part, is don't bring the speed up here at the top of your swing. This is where you start to throw the club offline and everything goes really wrong. You must wait. Tour players would call it lag, as you wait before you release the club. So I've always thought about the bolt, try and think of the main part of the speed in your swing is the part past impact, and then you will start to put it on just at the bottom where you really need it. So we can measure club head speed and ball speed and a thing called smash factor, which is the two together with the equipment that we've got here. So like for me, my driver club head speed's about 103, 105 mile an hour. I could go much quicker, but I go much more erratic. And if you can sit in that little groove for your distance, then that'll probably work out much better for you. Now we can carry on talking about things like your physical fitness and your flexibility, which will all be huge factors in delivering good distance. But if you just start by, can I make my swing wider? And can I start to impart a little bit more club head speed through the ball? That should increase distance. So I'm going to leave it there, I think, because I probably could talk for quite a long time about it. If you feel like your distance is really lacking, then come and see me and I'll help you. But if you start to think about those factors of delivering the ball correctly on the right path into the back of the ball at the right angle with speed, that's distance. But ultimately, I'm going to take you right back to the start again. Get yourself smooth and reliable first, and then add the distance in. Don't go as distance as your number one priority. You know, Southwick might be a relatively short course, so there isn't a huge premium on the distance, but there is a massive premium on the accuracy around here and educated tee shots rather than just hammering away with the driver. But ladies especially, crucial to get a bit of distance and a good tee shot. So let's keep talking about it. Have a good week, and I'll see you all at the club.